You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your website, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Hardin. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at rahardin.com. That's the World Wide Web at rahardin.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Hardin to see and purchase his books.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Well, welcome, America. That's right. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Want to welcome our newest affiliate, CRNTalk.com, where this show can now be heard every Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. So tonight we are going to be talking election aftermath, the weeping, the gnashing of tears on both sides of the aisle at this point. We have plenty of folks, both Republican and Democrat, that are beside themselves that somehow Hillary Clinton did not manage to pull off the election. And we will have a round robin of the Walk of Shame when we come back here in just a few minutes. But we are running the show under a new station clock thanks to our affiliation with CRNTalk.com. So we will actually be spending the first couple of minutes of the show talking about what we're going to be dealing with tonight and some things that I've seen all over the internet today that have really gotten me a bit annoyed. So, it's the day after the election, so now what? So my question about that has been the same thing all day long. Because, I was one of the first ones that said Trump likely was not going to win the White House, yet now here we sit with Trump apparently winning the White House. However, he does, or has apparently lost a popular vote, which has a lot of Democrats really, really annoyed. So the interesting thing about that is, though, you sit and you watch all of Twitter, all of Flutter going nuts, all the Democrats that are suddenly crying that everybody's racist, all white people suck, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And at the same time, we are sitting here just watching all of it, and I'm sitting here and I actually started trying to put out olive branches today. Like, look, I'll be honest, I didn't vote for Trump. But he's going to be the president. He is the president-elect. He's going to be the president. It's time for America to come back together again. Nobody's willing to do that yet. Now, I'm not sure if it's because it's going to take a little time, or I'm just not sure if it's because it's never going to happen again. That's the part that has me the most concerned about what we've witnessed during this election cycle. Is I'm legitimately concerned that we may not ever be able to come back together again. And it's playing out more and more on Twitter and through email and everything else. And later in the show, I'll be reading some comments from some folks that think I should burn in hell, etc. It's been a real fun few days. But at this point, again, we're going to be focusing on the election is over. So that's where our focus needs to be. It's time to put the hate away. It's time to let the anger go. And it's time to focus on the fact that at this point, Donald Trump was not my choice. Hillary Clinton was not my choice. I take a lot of joy in the fact that Hillary Clinton did not win the presidency last night. I, however, do not take much joy in the fact that Donald Trump did win the presidency. My biggest focal points: 1, we held on to the Senate; 2, we held on to the House; and 3, locally the Libertarian Party gets to retain ballot access until 2018 when the process starts all over again for them, because in Oklahoma, if you're not Democrat or Republican, you have to prove you deserve to be on the ballot, which I think is crazy. Alright, so all this and more with some guests when we come back right here on America Off the Rails. I am Rick Robinson, and when we come back I have Bill O'Keefe, who was with us last time for election coverages, as well as my Friday night co-host, Dan Wright. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We will be right back here in just a couple minutes.
Stay tuned. Things are going to get real interesting. You're listening to the Spark Radio Network.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. You're listening to America Off the Rails with your host, Rick Robinson.
Listen, folks, I'm here to tell you our political system is broken. The two-party system is dead. They have become one and the same.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
And in a surprising and disturbing move today, the Libertarian vice presidential candidate just agreed that rifles are weapons of mass destruction, and people on the terror watch list should not be allowed to purchase guns. So in other words, the party of freedom is liberty for me, but not for thee. Go figure.
Compromise where you can. Where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree.
All right, folks, welcome back. Do apologize. We had a little bit of a technical issue there. Now, at this point, we are on KLNRradio.com. We are live. We're also being streamed over to CRNTalk.com. The show will also be aired on AMFM247.com, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and so many more. I don't really have time to name them all. Now, I do have a couple of guests with me this evening, and when we take our next break, when we come back, Jess from Jess's POV will be joining us as well. But right now, I have Dan Wright, my regular co-host on Friday night's Robinson and Wright show, as well as Bill O'Keefe, a recurring guest with us who's been actually hanging out with us for most of the last several months. And I'm going to let these guys come on because we're going to talk about how exactly we all got things as wrong as we did over the last several months. So, good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. I'm sober. Not really.
I was going to say, I don't believe that.
I'm not. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way. I'm going to go first because that's what I said I would do, and I said I would, I would walk down the down the corridor to chants of the word shame. So here it goes. I am William J. O'Keefe. For the last 9.5 months, I said Donald Trump would not win the primary for the Republican Party nomination. I was wrong. I said for the last 6.5 months that Donald J. Trump would not win the presidency of the United States. I was wrong.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. There's
well
plenty
said.
of that going around. So, I mean, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
We got it wrong, and I think there's a lot of factors to why we got it wrong. I think, on my part, to be honest with you, I paid attention to stuff like 538, who has been extremely accurate in the past. But I also think that there's some people that really woke up to what Hillary is all about because they didn't pay attention for the last 8 years. I really honestly think that's a major factor, that stuff like WikiLeaks and everything else, people start saying, oh, wow, she's really not good. Well, yeah, now you're realizing it 2 weeks before the election, but you didn't realize it when she was basically on trial for Benghazi and everything else, because you don't pay attention.
Stay woke, stay woke. I have to admit that I think I was wrong, not because I listened to the pollsters, but because I just used my common sense. There is look, here's the deal. I laughed hysterically last night when it became very obvious that he had won the state of Wisconsin, and it had become very obvious he'd won the state of Michigan. I laughed for probably 3.5 minutes on air last night, just steadily. And the reason that I have to say that I laughed is because look, this entire, Trump made this, riggery jiggery, everything's rigged, da 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 da. The truth is, it really was rigged. The Democratic primary was rigged. It was rigged so that she would win, because it's her turn, and she was the anointed one. And they did, as a party, the Democratic Party did everything that it could to get out of her way so that she would be the nominee this time, again. And I think that it is stupendously funny to me that this woman now, for the last 35 years, has been trying to get the presidency of the United States, and she's been beaten twice by people who are complete clowns. She got beat by Obama, and I don't care. Obama's an 8-term, a 2-term president. I don't care. Barack Obama is, in fact, a clown. And Donald Trump is the ringmaster of this clown show. He is a total and complete clown. And the fact that he beat her in this election is probably the most stunning and funny thing I've ever seen in my life. Because no one saw this coming. Nobody. Not even Hillary Clinton. No one saw this coming. She had a transition team that she assembled 5 months before yesterday. 5 months. Think about that.
She wanted him. She wanted him to be the nominee.
See, there you go again. It's just really funny, right? Because in a way, you could say she kind of screwed herself, because this whole thing has been rigged, including putting this imbecile into the Republican nomination. This whole process was designed to put this clown in the driver's seat so that she would have an easy way to beat him. And she still failed.
Sad trombone. All I hear is sad trombone. Wah, wah.
I mean, there's just something so damn funny about that. And if there's one takeaway from all of this, it's just how sad and inconsolable they are. But let me tell you, Make no mistake. Hillary Rodham Clinton, is the reason why people don't vote. She's the reason people don't vote. She is the exact reason. Because she had all these hundreds, thousands of volunteers, and political campaign volunteers, especially on the Democrat side, are all like 18 to 25-year-old kids. They're all kids. Some of them, it's the first election they've participated in. Many of them, it's the first one they've voted in. And they believed in this woman. For whatever reason, they believed in her. She was a hero to them, a god. And this clown just basically rope-a-doped her. And then on top of that, she refused to come out and say anything last night, which I'm telling you, this is why young people don't vote. This is why young people who are Democrats become libertarians or independents or Republicans. Because of stuff like this. She had a genuine opportunity to go out there on that stage last night and say, look, I got beat, but you know what? You guys did a really, really great job.
All right, folks, well, believe it or not, we're already up to break number 1. When we come back, we'll be joining in with Jess from Jess's POV. We'll be joining the conversation. You are listening to America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We will be right back.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
All right, welcome back, folks. This is America Off the Rails, the night after the election. So the election is over, now what? So we've all kind of done the mea culpa a bit. I have to admit, even I got it wrong. I've been fighting the whole idea of Hillary versus Trump for the entirety of the time that I knew this was going to happen, because I was under the assumption that everybody had it right, and there was no way that Hillary was going to lose, because let's face it, as Bill pointed out earlier, it is rigged, and it was rigged in her favor, and yet she still managed to not pull it off. Now, I want to put one little thing to bed. That doesn't mean there are lots of folks out there that were rooting for Trump. A lot of folks that I talked to were voting for Trump because he was not Hillary Clinton. Because they're tired of the Obama administration. They're tired of feeling like the country is supposed to feel sorry for itself. They're tired of the apology tour. They're tired of Obamacare. It was a big referendum on making sure that Obama's legacy no longer exists as quickly as possible. Now, whether that happens or not remains to be seen. Now, at this point, we have added another guest to the mix while we were on break. We have Jess from Jess's POV joining us right now. Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing great, Rick. How you doing?
A bit hungover and wishing, kind of glad it's over, but at the same time still a bit shell-shocked. I really couldn't believe what I was seeing last night. And I think the thing that tripped me out the most was hearing Sean Hannity on a phone call that he made into the Fox election results show, that the next plan, as far as he knew, for Trump was to target Paul Ryan and make sure he was no longer Speaker of the House. Which kind of goes along with some of the things that I've been afraid of all along. Donald Trump is a very vindictive person, and I'm not sure anybody who stood up against him is going to have a prayer of being able to remain involved in his administration in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I'd like to say that there's one country I'd like him to be vindictive against. Notice I said country. I would like him to take that Iran nuclear deal and shred it, burn the ashes. Eliminate it. That thing isn't worth the paper it's printed on.
Well, we can always hope.
Oh, Iran. Actually, I do mostly international news. So I was doing my show prep. And then I found not one, not two, not three, but 6 stories on Iranian TV that talked about, oh my gosh, we may lose the Iran deal January 21st, 2017.
I would not be heartbroken if that all went away. I'm not going to lie.
Neither would I. Like I said, let him turn his vindictiveness against Iran, and I'll be a happy little camper.
Nice. All right, so I don't know, any other knee-jerk reactions to last night? Anything that you guys have noticed on social media that has you scared? Because I noticed a friend of mine was talking about a certain judge that was already making the rounds through Facebook as possibly being one of Trump's appointees, and apparently they weren't real happy about that. But I have to admit, I was kind of slammed at the day job for most of the day, so I was only half paying attention.
Well, as far as knee-jerk goes, all of the protesters, quote unquote, in cities all over the country protesting the rigged election, that were all laughing at the Trump supporters for saying the election was going to be rigged. That, to me, is amazing.
I got something to add to that one, Dan. They were doing a flag burning at a support immigrant workers rally. Now, I want to know if those immigrant workers, and you couldn't see me put the air quotes around that, immigrant workers, who I'm going to guess are largely illegal, undocumented, fill in your preferred adjective, realize that the flag is a symbol of the country they chose to come to.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the flag.
You got in Austin, Texas, you have highways being blocked in protest of Donald Trump being elected president by people who were literally pointing fingers and saying, you all are idiots if you think this election was rigged. 2 days ago. 2 days ago they were going, if you think this election is going to be rigged, you're crazy. And now they're saying the election is rigged. Where are we? Where are we right now?
I'd like to know if those immigrant workers, as they call themselves, realize if they really want to burn something considered presidential, burn the presidential seal, not the flag. The flag represents the nation and the freedoms they're seeking. The president represents that term.
Absolutely.
All right, well, believe it or not, folks, we're already coming up on a break again, thanks to me getting used to this new network format. So we are going to take another really quick break, pay a few bills. When we come back, still going to continue the discussion about what we do now that the election is over. I think we've done enough of the mea culpas and the we got it wrongs. I think we need to change focus when we come back, because believe it or not, we're already about halfway through the show. We'll be right back here in just a couple seconds. Well, about 4 minutes.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Hardin. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at rahardin.com. That's the World Wide Web at rahardin.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Hardin to see and purchase his books.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Having a place to go after school will make you a better student. Having an outlet to express yourself will make you a better artist. Having something to do together will make you a better family. At the Y, we're helping build better friends, listeners, writers, swimmers, scientists, and musicians, one chance at a time. Give the gift of opportunity. Support the Y at ymca.net. The Y, for a better us.
All right, folks, we are back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson, right here on KLNRradio.com and CRNTalk.com, as well as AMFM247.com, iHeartRadio, and so many more. I'm not going to list them all. Now, we have been talking, well, mostly mea culpa and, oh my God, we got it wrong, and how did we wind up with Donald Trump as president? But I think it's time that we put all of that behind us and start talking about what comes next. For Dan and I, what comes next is a group that is called the Federalist Coalition. They actually made their announcement today. They are a 501c4 company, and they are corporation, and they are actually working on putting together a new political party. Dan and I have been integral in that. Dan more so than I, because every time I turn around I have station business or wife aggro or whatever else gets in the way. But we have been kind of integral in helping them get a few things put together, giving them ideas and suggestions, and that's going to be where a lot of my focus is, along with what I talked about last night on the air, which is starting to try to make sure that I influence things not only more locally, but more within my sphere of influence. Because to me, that's going to be how I maintain my sanity. Because look, I understand everybody right now, they're doing the happy dance because we have control of the House, the Senate, and the White House come January for the first time in a very long time. But I'm going to tell you what that actually means is at this point, the Republican Party has absolutely no excuses. They have 2 years with full, total control, and it's going to be time for them to put up or shut up, or I'm telling you right now, the party is doomed. And with Trump at the head, I'm not sure we're going to get there. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's what I've been saying all day. Look, I understand he's a boorish, cranky old man who doesn't have a filter. And that's not the worst thing about him, but that's the thing that everybody notices. But still, he now officially has the respect that I give to the office of the president. It's the same respect that I attempted to extend to Barack Obama until I realized he was a complete tool. And Trump will have that same respect until such time as he proves to me whether he is going to be a decent president or just another tool.
Yeah.
I'll give him the benefit.
I think Donald Trump is completely unfit to sit at the Resolute desk. That's just me.
Well, to be fair, Hillary Clinton was completely unfit too.
I'm out, guys. You guys enjoy the Republican Party. I'm out.
Well, no, I'm okay.
Oh no, I'm out too, and that's why I've done, and what Rick has done, what we've done. I mean,
here's the thing. With what happened here in Oklahoma, I don't have to go back because the Libertarian Party is at least recognized for the next 2 years, which gives me plenty of time to work to get the Federalist Coalition built up to the point where maybe hopefully at some point we can get them on the ballot. So I don't have to go back, and I don't plan on it. I am officially libertarian until I find a new home. Not because I agree with much of anything they're doing either, but just because now I can officially say I'm not Republican and they can kiss my yes sir bop.
Well, yeah, and what we're doing with the Federalist Coalition is we aren't actually a party. We're not trying to start our own party, but we are trying to push other people that are. There's actually a new party getting started called, and it's just a coincidence on the names, but the Federalist Party, and it has some backing, it has money, and it's ready to go, and talks with them, and it hasn't been etched in stone that they're who we're going to back, but that's what we're here for. That's why we are a 501c4, is we're allowed to lobby and talk to people and do what we want to do. And it has to happen. I mean, we can't sit here with Democrats and Republicans for the rest of our lives. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. All it does, both sides, all they do is grow government. It's I know it sounds cliche, but it's the good old boys country club in DC is what it is. There's no difference between the two.
I think the problem with the Republican Party and the Democrat Party is that basically the left went too left and the right went too right, and then the bottom dropped out of the middle, and that was it. And now there's a lot of people who are just like, what do I do? Where do I go? And, you know, like Rick said, maybe you go to the Libertarian Party. You got to go someplace else. This two-party thing's not working. I mean, Hamilton and Jefferson, they were smart guys, but there's something, it's just, this isn't working anymore. And something's got to give.
Well, I'd like to interject a quote from John that I believe is from John Adams. And if it's not a direct quote, it at least summarizes his feelings on the two-party system. There is nothing which I dread so much as a division of the Republic into two great parties, each arranged under its leader and concerting measures in opposition to each other. This, in my humble apprehension, is to be dreaded as the greatest political evil under our Constitution.
No, and that's a good quote. And the platform we have put together at the Federalist Coalition is literally take the Federalist Papers and modernize them a little bit to where we are. That's what the platform is. And I'm really excited about it, and I'm completely behind it. And I hope other people will latch on to it, because we can't keep going the way we're going. We just can't. It can't happen. That's how we end up with the two worst candidates in the history of this country running against each other.
Well, if this was Harry Potter land, I'd ask for a time turner, but unfortunately, that is not an option. So it will have to be just like what I did 8 years ago. I'm just going to have to fasten my seatbelt, hang on for the ride, and see what happens.
I'm going to try to make that ride as bumpy as possible.
All right, folks, well, believe it or not, we're already up to another break. When we come back, we're going to continue talking about what we do next right here on America Off the Rails. The election aftermath continues.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
right, folks, we are back, and we have been talking election aftermath, where we go from here, why we were surprised. And technically, just for clarification, I was really supposed to be eating a MAGA hat tonight on the air because I promised someone who was talking trash to me about 9 months ago that if they sent me a Make America Great Again hat and Trump won the election, I would try to eat it on the air. The good news is they never bothered to send me the hat, so now I don't have to. So I've been eating crow instead and pointing out the fact that, yes, I was one of the ones that had it wrong for the moment. And I am giving Trump the benefit of the doubt, but I have to admit I would not be shocked if after Inauguration Day he makes a very hard jog to the left. Because let's not forget, during the mid-cycle of the debates, when we were still in the primary process, New York Times kept saying, we have audio of you saying certain things that you don't want us to let people know, but we'd like to tell them if you give us permission to release the tapes. So I'm really curious if at some point, if we'll ever find out what was on those tapes. But we shall see.
I think it's his recipe for chili.
Okay. So
I think it may be his recipe for potato chips.
Might be.
You gotta keep
He potatoes a lot.
Potato.
Or whatever he taints his skin with these days.
Cheetos.
Yeah.
That would be sweet potatoes.
Yes, sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I have to say, there's a couple things I hope Trump really does hold fast and strong to. Enough people can hold his feet to the fire to make these happen. And I'm going to list them real quick. Repeal and replace Obamacare.
I just got good health. I just got good health care back. I don't want things changing.
I don't.
I just want Obamacare to just crash and burn. I'm with Aetna now, and if you repeal it and replace it, then all of a sudden my health care carrier has to go through all the rigmarole again. I don't want that. I don't want anything. I just want it to crash and burn and go away. Repeal it, fine. Don't replace it. Repeal it.
What Trump is talking about replacing it with is so you can buy insurance across state lines. Make it more competitive.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing that he's talking about replacing it with. And I'm tired of hearing the language of repeal and replace. If we're going to repeal it, we need to just repeal it and move on and figure out how to fix healthcare. Because the simple fact of the matter is they could have fixed this really simply. They didn't have to do what they did. This was a precursor to universal health care. And if you listen very carefully to one of the things that Trump mentioned in the 60-minute interview back in September, he wants a version of socialized health care for the very poor people in America. And that's a very bad idea too, because once we start down that road, there won't be any way to stop it as they incrementally increase it. I don't want to hear about repeal and replace. I want to hear about repeal. There are ways to fix this for the people they were most concerned about, which was the uninsured or the underinsured. There was a way to fix this without destroying the entire system. They didn't want to do that. They want universal health care. Unfortunately, Trump, in some respects, wants universal health care, too. It's one of the reasons why I've been advocating against him this entire time. Because if you listen to what he said all the way throughout the campaign, he doesn't know what he wants. One minute he says he wants one thing, and the next minute he says he wants something else. That's either because he doesn't honestly know what he wants, or he's too busy paying attention to people's reactions to what he says and keeps trying to bend it based on who he's talking to. And from some of the other things that I've heard him say that were supposed to be behind closed doors, I think it's a lot more option two. I don't think he likes feeling like he's on the outside. As much as he likes to pretend he's this big, strong, tough guy, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's not. And like I said, I literally a month and a half ago signed on with Aetna, and now I am back to, it's costing me a little bit out of my paycheck, but I'm back to co-pays and getting my prescriptions that I need at a reasonable price that I've been paying massive amounts for. And I'm back to that now that I have $40,000 worth of medical bills sitting on my desk, trying to figure out how I'm going to pay them. That's what happened to me with Obamacare. Now, if the system changes again, now my health care changes again. I don't want my health care to change again. It's back to normal. I just want Aetna left Obamacare. They're done with it. I just want Obamacare to go away and nothing else to get changed. Then the insurance companies will all come around and say, okay, we don't have to worry about this anymore. We can go back to our quote-unquote Cadillac plans, which are us working people. All of a sudden, we were idiots and a-holes because we had these great health plans. Well, we paid for them. That was my problem. And like I said, I'm in debt until the day I die medically because of Obamacare.
All right.
Well, let's hope you're in debt until the day you die.
I'm in debt for other reasons too, but...
All right, well, believe it or not,
40K.
folks, we are already about out of time. We're going to have to take a really quick break, pay some more bills. When we come back, we're going to work on wrapping up the show for about the last 5.5 we got left. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be right back here in just a couple minutes.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
All right, right, folks, welcome back. We are wrapping up the show at this point. We're down to just a few minutes left, so since we've got quite a few guests, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to go ahead and go around the room and actually give folks a chance to make any final comments they want to make and give out social media contacts. And we are going to start with the latest entry to the group first. That would be Jess from Jess's POV. Why don't you go ahead and give anybody any social media contacts you want to give, any shout-outs, etc., and then we'll move on.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at Jess's POV. And tomorrow I will be on the air live with you twice at 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. Also, I am putting together a special 1-hour edited version of our first show of the election coverage. And I'd like to give shout outs to Madison Rising, Rio, and Sam in particular for joining us live on the air last night during the election coverage. And thank you, Susan Swift. You are amazing. She also joined us live on the air.
All right. Anybody else you want to give shout outs to or anything else you want to say?
I just want to remind everybody that of our KLRN radio shows are available on iTunes and Google Play Podcasts.
All right, and Dan, you are up next, sir.
I just want to say that once again, I apologize. I was wrong. And you can hear myself with you, Rick, on Friday nights on Robinson and Wright. And you can find me on Twitter at 1911G_fan. And warning, it's explicit.
Sorry. Bit of a chuckle there for some reason. All right, and last up, the first one on with me this evening was Mr. Bill O'Keefe, otherwise known on Twitter as Defend Wall Street.
I have no shout-outs, and the only thing that I leave you with is a quote from Andrew Breitbart, which is apologize for what? Donald Trump is a stink bug and the driver of a clown car. He's going to destroy this country in a ball of flames. I wasn't wrong about that. Suckers, you've all been conned.
I guess we shall see soon enough. All right, folks, so I am Rick Robinson. Again, this is America Off the Rails, where it can be heard live every Sunday through Thursday now at 11 p.m. Eastern. Also, I am heard on Jen and Rick on every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then Robinson and Wright Friday nights on 11 p.m. Eastern. Also, Finding Common Ground every Saturday morning at 10 p.m. Eastern, or 10 a.m. Eastern. Yes, I freely admit I'm a workaholic. It's been 43 years since I attended my last meeting. All right, so on the way out the door, one last thing I want to remind everybody of. Look, again, I don't care who you voted for at this point. It's time to put all the pettiness and the anger aside, because we are going to have a new president soon. We should at least give him enough time to find out if he's going to be able to do the job or not, because let's not forget he does have Pence as a safety net. So I'm still hoping against hope that maybe this doesn't turn out quite as badly as we think. But on that note, folks, we are out for the night. I will be back with you tomorrow for another episode of America Off the Rails. Also, if you are listening on crntalk.com, the scheduling that Jess listed does not apply. So you guys have a great night. Take care. God bless.